Tonight, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Fields and the Detroit Lions versus Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Out of the gun, Fields. Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Now Fields. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing again is Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Second down and 3. Here's Fields. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's got some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Fields now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now? To be consistent in all of his processes.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll get this down to the 38.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Lock. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Throwing on 1st down is Lock. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Back to throw, Fields.
This is caught by Williams. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
To throw is Fields.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. 3rd and long. It's Fields.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Needed 13, and with a good spot, they got 13 and a first down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Fields. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
To the air again, Fields.
This is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are able to move back in front.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute to put a drive together, at least get them in position to looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, here's Fields. Fields hit, and the ball is loose.
And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
Now a first down throw. Fields.
Got the connection here to Bourne. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here's Fields. That one on the money to Bourne downfield.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Fields.
Open man is Bourne. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and 7. Now it's Fields.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Flush to his right, and he's going to go down again.
Darrell Taylor. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Cardinals who get the road victory. Kyler Murray, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Michael Gallup, up near 200 yards receiving with 2 touchdown catches as well. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we get you back up to Ford Field in Detroit and hand it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Lock gets ready to go at their 25-yard line. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On play action, Lock. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now a play fake, and here's Lock. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Lock now on first down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping him for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. From the gun, it's Lock. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. To throw it is Lock. That completes it again to Metcalf. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. Lock now on first down. Rolling to his left. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Lock. Steps away. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. This one to Bourne out on the left side. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Romeo Okwara in on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Block off of play action. On the move to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Looking to throw. Fields. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Fields. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go.
At the 39-yard line.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Jones. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A man who played collegiately over in East Lansing. Here's Ken Walker.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Drew Lock with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
On first down, Fields. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. And they're going to speed things up here. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
Fields on third down.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Out to the left there. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They fake the handoff, now Locke.
They'll roll him out right.
He's got him in, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.